We're back with Agent Sharita as we discuss 20 years in the business. So when we started this conversation, you laid the land. You gave us the lay of the land. We know how you got into the industry, what eased you, pushed you, inspired you, nudged you across into the industry, what those early days were like. They were not easy. Spoiler alert, they were not easy. How long you have been grinding before you actually took a salary, like 6 to 7 years. What I want to get into, because I've always found it's more helpful to understand why people do something instead of what they're doing. Because like, I ate because I was hungry, but the why behind what I ate is a lot more interesting, and I think that that's where the learning is.
Right.
So we dropped off with you talking about what you were spending money on in your business, why it kept going into the hand and out. Talk about insurance, we talk about signage, we talk about signage which is not cheap. Signage which you can't miss. We're speaking about advertising, because at the time social media was not a thing, digital media was not a thing. Were websites a thing?
Yes.
Okay.
I remember when I first started, I got a young guy, Marcus, shout out to you, to design the website. And I remember he asked me, okay, all right, so you have the properties there so we can load on the website. And I said, no. But hopefully when you finish designing it, I should have one.
Yes.
And that is how it started. And incrementally, properties were added, but there is a cost to host a website and also to put it on other real estate portals as well.
Right, because you pay to co-list.
Yes.
Okay.
Or you pay to, you pay not to co-list. Co-listing is where one agency works with the other agency and they co-list a property. But with properties in general, you have to pay those property portals to mount your listings onto it, right? So that when you search for, let's say, Barbados real estate or real estate in Barbados, there are a couple of listings that, there are a couple of websites, for example, that market properties for multiple agents.
Got you.
So that is a cost.
Okay.
As well.
So for a while you were able to remain very nimble. And while I am sure that you have a team working with you now, for quite a while it was just you.
Is this me?
It was just you. How did you position your business? I think, like with any business, any industry, something has to come to mind when you think of what this person offers. So you're looking at this market that is very competitive, where you now have to really fight for your place at the table. What was the positioning of your business, and why did you take that approach?
I decided to be me.
Okay.
Right? So what people don't realize, real estate isn't just about bricks and mortar and wood. It's about people. And I found that when I was meeting people of all walks of life, and they were either buying or selling property due to different circumstances.
Okay.
In some instances, there was a death. In some instances, there was divorce. I spent more time talking with them about the circumstances that they were now in before we even spoke about the property. And that simple act spread by referral.
Okay.
Oh yeah, call her. She's gonna tell out your business and she gonna talk to you too. And she gonna pray with you if things real bad. Right? But that simple act of being personable set me apart, because people could look and realize she's not just in it for the money.
Okay.
The money to me should be as a consequence of helping this person through the finish line. And that, I think that was how things started to grow. So initially, whereas I had to go out there and hunt for my food, hunt for listings, looking at a vacant property, trying to figure out who owns X, Y, Z, most things now are by referral.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, I remember you said to me that you're a listing agent. What makes a listing agent different from any other agent or any other business model in real estate? Why a listing agent?
All right, that's a good question. In Barbados, when I got started, a real estate agent was everything to everyone.
Okay.
Meaning, you want to buy a house? I'll help you search for a house. You want to sell your house? I'll put it on the market for you. You want to rent it out? I'll do that for you. And I found that for the first 10 years, I was starting to hate it. Because real estate done that way is an industry in which 95% of what you are doing can turn to $0.00.
Okay.
There's no loyalty to you as an agent because you're just a means to an end. So what I started finding is that if Polly wanted a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom house, even though you showed her 6 houses today, tomorrow she might be going out with Susan just to see one.
Yeah.
And then she doesn't call you back, you know. But in your follow-up, thanks for everything, you know. But I get through. I saw one the next day and I decided to go with that.
Okay.
You just got $0.00. And I found that after all those years just doing that or going out to show you land and then, yeah, I changed my mind. I can start searching next year. I was just fed up.
Okay.
I was like, I can't do this anymore. And
this is around year what again?
Year 10.
Okay.
I was like, I am about to finish with this because this is not fun.
You know, I'm so glad that you are painting a timeline because a lot of time, depending on when people come in and join you on a journey, they see a certain level of success. They see the ease in which you might operate. They see the car, you know, they see the staff award gifts. We're going to get to that, right? But they don't see that this is 10 years. And again, you have, at 10 years, you have to pivot. You have to now say, okay, I need to reposition my business or find something else to do.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah.
So here we are at the 10-year mark, deciding that we are going to niche down.
Yes.
And it's a little counterintuitive, you know, because when a market, as you could say, is competitive, I think instinctively you try to do a lot of things. Instinctively, it's like, okay, let me try and get something. But you at that point said, I don't want everything.
Correct.
This is specifically what I want, and this is what I am doing. Spend some time there.
The reality is when I first had my vision of what the business should be, I always had in my mind that here's my property shop. Come and pick a property off the shelf.
Yes.
Don't ask me to go in the back and look for one that's yellow.
Because you selling red. You're selling red ones.
You understand? This is all I have.
The shoe shop.
That was my vision. Just like a shoe shop, that was my property shop. It was to be simple and straightforward.
Okay.
But then when you started, you realize there's no way you're going to make money doing that. So then I fell into the rut of be everything to everybody, which is what Barbados real estate was. I think one of the turning points for me was when I realized an $800 rental nearly sunk my whole business. An $800 rental. Because I think I remember they had made a deposit, which went to the owner, of course. And the owners subsequently went and outfitted the place with raw tire and this, that, and the other. And then the prospective tenant decided, I changed my mind. I want my money back. And I was like, but the property was taken off the market.
Yeah.
The landlord has just spruced up their home, etc. You forfeited that. And she was ready to take me through the coals over an $800 rental. And I remember I sat down and I said, why am I in this position? And I said, you know what? No, I'm going back to that original vision.
Yeah.
This is my shop. This is all I am marketing. I am not competing, you know, with any other agents on a specific listing, unless it were a multi-million-dollar listing.
Got you.
Right? I will happily share that with other agents. But I said, you know what? I want that. When you give me your property, I'm going to put all my effort into selling it. And guess what? It will in turn convert into commission, guaranteed commission.
Because you're an exclusive agent on the property.
Yes.
That's a risk though.
But here's the thing. So when I started, I saw my money do this. Right? But sometimes when you take a risk, you gotta go big or go home.
Go hard or go home. Listen, I believe in that. Like, well, we have spent all our money on this project, and if it does not work, remember me. As I tell my friends, don't invite me nowhere unless you pay her. It's like.
But remember, I was almost at my wit's end where I was like, this isn't working. I'm not having fun. Yes. So we're doing this.
This is a go hard or go home.
We are doing this. And I think another turning point that made me stick with it hardcore, a property manager had invited me to market her owner's property. And I didn't sign an exclusive.
Okay.
Right? It was a 2-story lovely house. I marketed it all out. Signage, website advertising. By then, social media was taking off. I boosted it, blasted it, everything you could think of. And somebody who knew the owner saw the property through my advertising, went to the owner, and the owner acted as if I never existed. Furthermore, the property manager who invited me to list the house in the first place got a lawyer to write me a letter saying stop harassing them about getting any money, because at the end of the day, the owner could sell to who she wants to. And it was at that point in time that I said, I'm never doing this to myself again.
Got you.
You understand? I was like, I am not doing this again. And I remember I sat down there in a chair crying.
I was going to ask you, this sounds like a story that would have brought tears.
Yeah,
An
because I
experience
was
that
like,
would have brought tears.
how could somebody invite me to list the property and then you're getting a lawyer to send me a letter saying don't confuse me? After you just circumvented me unethically to deal with somebody who found out about your property through me.
Got you.
And that's where I made a decision that I was tightening my bootstraps.
So we are niching down.
Yes.
We
Come
are,
hell or high water.
We are niching
This is
down.
happening.
And we know, I guess you could say, our standards are clear. I guess, you know, these days we like to talk about boundaries, you know, but it takes a certain level of grit and tenacity to back a boundary. Anybody can have a boundary, right?
Yes. But to stick with it.
To stick with it. We are now at 20 years. Obviously, I've seen you outside of this setting, and you have shared that you now feel comfortable and your business is doing what it is to do. You're out of, I guess, the so-called the wilderness. What is business for you like now?
I would say I'm in a healthy place. That's where entrepreneurs want to get to. A healthy place.
Got you.
Where you're seeing profitability, number one. Where you're seeing a continuum, not a sporadic one sale here and one there. It's continuous. But that's because I needed all those things to happen to me between year 1 and year 15 to tighten my processes. Every time something happened, a new boundary was set.
Yes.
A new rule went into place, right? You know, I just would not take certain things, or if I smell the rat that you could be a difficult client, I would let you go alone.
Okay.
Even if your house was $3 million, I would see it as this is going to cause me pain.
Yes.
In the future, I could sniff it out, right? So I would let you go alone. But just by tightening the processes and being set on what I will and will not accept, the business started to build up speed.
And on that note, we're going to stick a pin there. We're going to be coming back talking about building on boundaries, but also I want to get into vision.
Okay.
Not just the vision that helped you start the business, but the vision that you are building on. When we return with Sharita Odell.